Hello everybody, I'm the Flaming Witch, but you can call me Flame, and welcome to a different video from what I've been doing, but I wanted to switch it up. And here's my official, I'm not just gonna be a gaming YouTuber, I'm gonna do whatever I want, whenever I want. In today's video, if you read the title or look at the thumbnail, you'll know that I'm gonna be going over some of the theories, both new and old, of Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. There's a lot of theories that have happened throughout the years that Miraculous has been going. Some of them are weird, some of them are dumb, some of them have been disproven, some of them are ongoing. But without further ado, let's just actually jump right into the first theory that I wanted to talk about, which is that Lila is Manon from the future. Okay, so if you've not heard this theory, there's currently a theory going that at some point, Marinette upsets Manon enough to the point where Manon comes back from the future and tries to ruin her life. Now, I don't know really how this theory started. It's probably just something to do with the fact that we had known nothing about the true Lila, and people were just grasping at straws. But at first I thought this theory was just completely stupid, and I do think this theory is stupid, but I thought that this theory was just this one-off, like, oh haha, what if Lila is Manon from the future? But no, there's a lot of people that actually truly believe this theory, and I just have to ask, why? Like, with absolutely no shade to whoever started this theory or to the people who actually believe it, because truthfully, Lila could be anyone. But why do you guys believe it? There's only one piece of evidence that I've ever actually seen, and that's Manon's shirt has the colors of Lila's different identities, false identities, and Lila, Cerise, and then that one lady who I don't remember if she had a name, but why is that enough for you guys? Now, Lila's bracelets indicating each of the theories, or not theories, Lila's bracelets indicating each of her identities makes sense, because she has the 3 bracelets and each of them correspond to the different false identities that she has, which makes sense. But what does Manon have to be upset with Marinette against? Of course, if you're believing that Lila is Manon from the future, it could have happened at a time that we did not see yet. But it just doesn't make sense in that Bunnix, or anyone with the Rabbit Miraculous, would not have allowed Lila or Manon to travel back in time. It just doesn't make sense, because Lila is such a integral part of the timeline that her being from the future just does not correspond well. And I don't know how, again, I don't know how this theory started. It just feels dumb. But like, I can't really be like that upset, because people have been grasping at straws. Like, I've seen people grasping at straws. This is grasping at those straws, because there is no evidence to support it. Manon has never shown any ill will towards Marinette. Lila has never at all reacted to Manon or Nadia. And I feel like one of the reasonings I saw was that something happened to Nadia in the future, and Manon blames Marinette for it, so she wants to destroy her life before she can do anything. But if that were the case, the few times that Lila's interacted with Nadia, I feel like something more would have happened. Okay, I have two more who Lila is as a person. One of them is that Lila is Aurora Boreal. Yeah, I don't really know this theory either. I just randomly came across it. I don't actually remember like anything else about it besides the fact that they look very similar. And that theory has less evidence to support it besides the fact that they look similar, which in reality could just be chalked up to the animation team just reusing models, which they've done a lot. And of course, but in like a in universe standpoint, they could just look similar. That's not that bizarre. On top of that, have we seen Aurora and Lila in the same room together? I don't think we have, but that's not really the point. Like, there's no evidence to support this besides just the fact that they look similar, which again could just be chalked up to them reusing models. And then finally, in the who Lila truly is Lila is Tom Dupin's daughter, aka Marinette's half-sister. I think this is stupid, and it has absolutely no evidence, and it would point to Tom Dupin being a cheater because Lila and Marinette are the same age, or at least a few months apart from each other. So there's okay, if you didn't know, Tom Dupin is the in-universe characterization of Thomas Astruct. Sabine Chang is who I think high school girlfriend, and who Marinette is what he wanted their daughter to be. I know. Anyway, that's a whole other video. But Thomas Astruct would not paint the in-universe version of himself as a cheater. On top of that, just the whole, oh, I am your sister, it doesn't work. It doesn't, it's so overplayed that I feel like even if it was planned, I don't think they'll do it. But again, there's no evidence for it. Tom is not a cheater. Lila has shown no understanding of Marinette as her sister, and it does not feel like something that would happen. But regardless of that, there's so many Lila theories, but we're just gonna go over one more, which is Lila knows that Marinette Dupin Cheng is Ladybug because of what happens at the end of the season 5 finale. Now, no. Okay, I'm gonna give more evidence to this, but first, there's reasonings to why people believe this. Lila saw Marinette at the end of the season 5 finale. Of course, spoilers if you haven't already seen it, but I'm not gonna go too in depth, so it's fine. Lila saw Bug Noir and Monarch's fight at the end of the season 5 finale, right? That makes sense. But she saw it from the first floor, like looking down at them. And I feel like, okay, I don't think she would have been able to see them from where she was looking at them. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that she did not see them when she went down to retrieve the butterfly Miraculous. Now, do I think she saw them when she retrieved the butterfly Miraculous? No, and I'll say it like this. I personally believe that because of when making the wish, they are in their own little world. We see in the Paris special when alternate Marinette attempts to make the wish, she and alternate Adrian are just there in this other world. The room is still there, but it's all magical and stuff now, and because of how big they are. So, does that necessarily mean that they couldn't have seen him? No. But if Lila saw Marinette and Gabriel, which she already knew Gabriel by this point, saw Gabriel, I feel like something more would have happened already. And while, of course, yes, it was already the end of the episode and the end of the season, but if Lila had seen that Marinette was Ladybug, I feel like she would have said something more along the lines of, like, challenging Ladybug at the end of the finale instead of challenging Marinette. And, like, I think the main reasoning behind it is that Lila says, I look forward to seeing you again, Marinette Dupain-Cheng, and people are taking that as she knows that she'll see her as the new Hawkmoth. But it just doesn't read that way to me. And, like, sure, it makes sense, but at the same time, what about it really proves that Lila knows? And of course, I can't also disprove that Lila doesn't know, but given that we did not see Lila while Gabriel was making the wish, and Lila seemingly only got the butterfly Miraculous sometime between when it had fallen and by the time the wish was taken, she must have already been in the water, and there would have been no way for her to see Marinette. And, like, if you want to argue that maybe she heard Gabriel say Marinette, or did he even say Marinette? I don't even think he said Marinette. But even if he did say her name, there's really no possible way for her to have heard it. And she wouldn't have risked being seen by going above the water. So it's very likely that she never even saw it. Now, could she have? And again, she could not have seen it from the top, because she just could not have seen her de-transform, because she was there when Bug Noir had called for her lucky charm. But we're going to move on from Lila. Again, I can't prove that she doesn't know, but I also can't prove that she does. So for now, we're just going to have to see what happens. But I will say, if she does know, Season 6, Episode 1, we're going to find out. So regardless of that, I don't think she knows. I feel like that's just not... I feel like out of everyone to know Ladybug's identity, I feel like Lila would not be the first to find out. Like, as, like, not a good person. But, moving on from Lila, we are gonna go on to these aren't theories. These are not theories. These are more, not wanting to believe it. But people are still under the impression that Adrien, Felix, and Kagami aren't Sentimonsters, even though it, while not outright stated, is confirmed that all three are Sentimonsters. Now, I don't understand... Okay, I understand why people are going to be in denial, but the thing is, it's been nearly said, like, it's not said, it's been confirmed that all three of them are. Felix constantly talks about the fact that he wanted to escape, and during his speech to Marinette during Revelation, she learns that both Emily and Colt Fathom used the Peacock Miraculous to create a child. Now, I don't understand. First of all, I don't understand why people don't understand that. Like, that's why Emily used the Peacock Miraculous. That is why she died, because she used the Peacock Miraculous to bring Emily back, or not Emily, so to bring Adrien to life. Same for the Colt. Like, we saw what he did. But then people just don't want to believe it. They don't want to believe that Adrien's a Sentimonster for some reason. People are kind of already agreeing at Felix, but people are still so defensive about Adrien not being a Sentimonster, but he is. On top of that, Kagami is a Sentimonster. Again, while never outright stated, Kagami is a Sentimonster. And the reasoning behind this is fairly simple. When Felix saw her ring during the events of Emotion, he panicked because he sensed the amok because he was wearing the Peacock Miraculous. On top of that, in the next episode, when he's stalking Kagami, we're not gonna just try to gloss over the fact that he was stalking her. But when he was stalking Kagami and he saw that her mother was trying to take her ring, her freedom away from her, he stole it, took the real one, and then gave it back to her so she could keep her control over herself. And there's other things that have been said where Kagami says he is like me because she knows that she is understanding now why he did what he did. And also because of Felix's word during emotions, where it's the whole speech of I want to blah blah blah, but I can't remember the exact words off the top of my head. But he knew he wanted to protect her, to keep her safe. And I just don't understand why people are just so against it right now, because it's been basically confirmed that the three of them are Sentimonsters. Then for our last theory is about the wish. Gabriel Agrest's wish at the end of the season 5 finale. When I was originally writing for this script to try to find theories to do, I had this entry was done before it was confirmed that at the end of the season 5 finale it was Amelie and not Emily. But that actually helps my theory a lot, because this is my theory. Originally, I was under the impression that Gabriel somehow undid what he had done with Emily. But now that we know it is Amelie, so my theory for what Gabriel's wish is that he wanted to undo the mistake he made, which was to bring back Natalie. In exchange, he sacrificed what little time he had left for Natalie. But that doesn't really make sense. Why would Gimme take his life when it only lasted maybe another hour after he would have made the wish, to bring back Natalie to completely full health? What if Gabriel instead transferred his illness to someone else in order to give what time he would have had left without it to Natalie? Basically undoing what he had done and been through as Monarch. Now, I feel like that doesn't entirely work, because you can only make one wish. You can't. So if it was Emily at the end, then that wouldn't have made sense, because he brought back two of them somehow with his own life. No, what I think happened is that he just wanted to undo his mistakes. So he gave what time he would have had left without the illness to Natalie by transferring his cataclysm destruction to someone else. Which, the current running theory, which I don't remember if it's actually a theory or if someone confirmed it, but the reason why Lila wants the butterfly Miraculous and she wants the wish is because that her true mother was made ill by the wish. Now, I'm pretty sure that was a theory, but in that theory kind of coincides with that one. But if that's not why Lila wants the wish, and she instead just doesn't want the wish, she just wants to crush Marinette and Ladybug, then it's probable that for some reason Gimme allowed him to use the wish to simply bring her back while also killing himself off in the process. But again, it doesn't really make sense. It's hard to pinpoint exactly what his wish could have been, because the thing is, Gabriel only had at most an hour left when he had made the wish. So there's only so much time he could have given to Natalie. So it's also possible that his wish wasn't to use his life to bring her back, but instead it was to simply just undo what the Peacock Miraculous had done. But I don't know what the equivalent exchange to that would be. Now, my original theory was simply that what if he had wished for the Peacock Miraculous to have not been broken, which would mean that another Miraculous would have had to have been broken in the process, but that also doesn't really fit in my mind. So it's hard to pinpoint exactly what his wish could have been, but because we don't know like the parameters of what the equivalent exchange was, it's hard to know exactly what it was. If he had wished for a Miraculous to not be broken when Natalie used it, then Natalie would have, of course, been fine, but one of the other Miraculous would have had to been broken. But he had simply used his life, the rest of his life, to bring back Natalie. That also doesn't make sense, because he would have only had about an hour left of his life. So it's really hard to say. But there's really not much else to say either about it. Yeah, so that was a few theories. That was a couple of the theories. The whole Adrian, Felix, and Kagami not being sent monsters, Gabriel's wish, and also Lila possibly knowing that Marinette is Ladybug. Those theories were very fun. Those theories were very interesting. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more Miraculous theory videos, and also me like kind of going into them a little bit more and giving my own thoughts on them, I hope you let me know down in the comments down below. Hit the like button, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.